It's Friday. Good time for the Lombardi Morning Scramble just 2 days before I leave to the NFL Combine. And today, there were a lot of good pieces on The Athletic this week. One of them I contributed to. The other one's from my colleague Matt Barrows. Want to talk about both of them this morning as we continue to wait for the 49ers to finalize their coaching staff and release the new list of assistant coach titles. But this is one that came out earlier this week, and it was based on a sample from all of the Athletics team writers. We all plugged into an algorithm at each position for each team. We evaluated the team that we cover, we evaluated their greatest needs and just their general situation of stability. And it was all combined into a larger roster stability piece. And according to the final piece, the 49ers have the most stable roster in football. Here are the rankings. Overall NFL roster stability. 49ers at the very top. The offensive stability ranked number 2. Their defensive stability ranked number 4. Followed by the Philadelphia Eagles, who look to be perhaps their primary competition in the NFC again this upcoming season. But this is despite the fact that the 49ers obviously have some concerns at the quarterback position right now due to health issues, and the quarterback position being the most important position on the field has been weighed heavily into these rankings. Starting at 49ers number 1 to top 4 units, offense and defense, all the way down to the Chicago Bears, who are ranked to have the least stable roster in football. DeMeco Ryans took over the Houston Texans. They're number 30. But a good defense there, number 10 in stability defensively, number 32 offensively. But we're here to talk about the 49ers because this obviously is a channel that focuses on the 49ers. I could break this down into the different position groups. This is what comprised the 49ers roster stability. Offense, it should say number 2, not number 1. That's a typo on my part. But offense, number 2. QB, number 6. Running back, number 4. Receiver, number 5. Tight end, number 2. Offensive line, number 8. I am not sure about the ranking for quarterback. I think that the algorithm might not have fully taken into account the 49ers struggles at the health aspect of the quarterback position, so maybe that should be a little bit lower. Meanwhile, defense, number 4 overall. Edge, number 1. Defensive tackle, by far the worst ranking on this team, number 24. We've talked long and hard about how the 49ers need to address that position. Linebacker, number 3, helps explain why the 49ers I don't think would be interested in Bobby Wagner unless that price comes at a big discount to replace Azeez Al-Shire. Safety number 11, cornerback number 10. 49ers have pushed both of those positions into the upper half of the league this past year, but maybe still some work to do this offseason. And despite the fact that Nick Bosa has pushed edge rusher to number 1, I still think that the 49ers are going to need bookending support for Nick Bosa. So that's how it breaks down. This is the main list again. 49ers at the top. Number 2, offense. Number 4, defense. The most stable overall roster in football. All right, continuing the AM Scramble. Matt Barrows wrote an excellent piece. It's up on the screen. Brock Purdy and S2 cognition testing, something that's been going on since 2015. Company's actually based here in Nashville, the S2 cognition testing company, which this is going to measure reaction times, spatial recognition, really the stuff that might be more correlated to actually playing football than the Wonderlic test, which may be more of a playbook processing test, more of an IQ test, right? The S2 testing, which Matt Barrows, my colleague, wrote about here, was absolutely fascinating. And it turns out that Brock Purdy scored really, really well in the 90th percentile, somewhere in that range. They couldn't divulge his exact number, but he ranked in the 90th percentile plus in S2 cognition testing, good spatial recognition, all the kind of stuff that I think really helped explain why Brock Purdy played as well as he did this year, despite the fact that physically he didn't stand out. In fact, he's shorter than the average quarterback. That was an issue. The 40 time, it's okay. The 10-yard split time, really good. And, the S2 cognition testing probably helps explain why Brock Purdy's 10-yard split is as fast as it is, because he gets a quick burst and a quick read on what's going on, and he can get out of that pocket over 40 yards I think that his speed is average to below average because at that point, the reaction time is not helping you as much. Over 40 yards, the longer period of time, athleticism is going to kick in a little bit more. But we saw his initial escape abilities awesome this year. If you are looking for explanation to help you understand the mystery of Brock Purdy and how he was so damn efficient coming out of essentially nowhere, I think Matt's article, which is on The Athletic, was Brock Purdy's emergence predictable S2 cognition test has pointed to NFL success. That is worth taking a look at. So, anyway, we've had an uneventful week, especially relative to what we've seen the past year covering the 49ers. Moving forward, I'm headed to Indianapolis on Sunday for the NFL Combine. I think stuff is going to pick up then. And maybe even this afternoon, we're going to get the 49ers coaching staff changes finally released by the team. I don't know. I thought they might want to do it before the Combine, but Kyle Shanahan will not be at the NFL Combine. And perhaps he's going to say what he did last year when he didn't show up to the NFL Combine, that he's still finalizing his coaching staff. So maybe the 49ers won't finalize this until after the Combine. Hell if I know. We're just waiting. It's the 49ers in Kyle Shanahan's world, and we're all just living in it. Anyway, it's been the Lombardi AM Scramble. Thanks for joining. 49ers, the most stable roster in football. Pretty cool. Check out that article on The Athletic as well. And I'll be back with you with any news or updates that do trickle in here before the Combine. So like the video, sub to the channel, and we'll talk to you all very soon. All right. Take care, everybody.